They asked me, what do you think about waterboarding, Mr. Trump? I said, I love it.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran.
One of the greatest security threats facing peace-loving nations today is the repressive regime in Iran.
The United States must never permit Iran to develop a nuclear weapon.
Iran will never be allowed to have a nuclear weapon.
I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself. I support the United States' commitment to provide Israel with $38 billion in military assistance over the next decade.
Gave them billions and billions of dollars. I was the best friend Israel ever had. There's no president that's done anywhere near what I've done for Israel. I gave them Golan Heights. I gave them the Abraham Accords. I recognized the capital of Israel and opened the embassy in Jerusalem. And most importantly of all, I terminated the Iran nuclear deal.
As Iran inserts itself in Syria, including through the deployment of advanced military equipment and missiles that threaten Israel, we must not tolerate Iran fanning the flames of instability and violence in the region.
President Trump declares mission accomplished after the U.S. and its allies launched airstrikes in Syria.
We're keeping the oil. We have the oil. The oil is secure. We left troops behind only for the oil.
Former Republican Vice President Dick Cheney will be voting for Kamala Harris in November.
More than 200 Republicans who worked for both former President Bush's Senator John McCain and Senator Mitt Romney have endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris for president.
President Trump has said he will impose harsh sanctions on Iraq if the government there tries to make U.S. forces leave the country.
I will continue to stand with Ukraine, and I will work to ensure Ukraine prevails.
Trump administration officials signaled as early as August their support for providing defensive lethal weapons to Ukraine.
And we should be helping them to survive. And they're doing an amazing job. But, you know, I was the one that sent in the javelins. Javelins that knocked out all the tanks. Those were sent by me. And we sent them in large numbers, too.
Because of the air defense, the ammunition, the artillery, the javelins, the Abrams tanks that we have provided, Ukraine stands as an independent and free country.
The Venezuelan government is accusing the United States of staging a coup after President Trump announced the U.S. would recognize opposition leader Juan Guaido as Venezuela's new leader.
As it relates to the election that occurred in Venezuela, the will of the people must be respected. And this is why we've also issued sanctions.
We also face rival powers, Russia and China, that seek to challenge American influence, values, and wealth.
Beijing's actions continue to undermine the rules-based order and threaten the sovereignty of nations. Russia must stop its support of Iran. This is a threat to the United States, and it is a threat to Israel.
I told President Xi of China, if you do business with Iran, if you buy 1 barrel of oil from Iran, you're not doing any more business with the United States.
Any steps by China to provide lethal support to Russia would only reward aggression, continue the killing, and further undermine a rules-based order.
Some of the things that have been approved and are currently under construction and will be delivered to Saudi Arabia very soon.